a psychological thriller crime short film which is the chosen drama for this film called Red, which begins with the characters waking up in a room. No one knows why they're here or even who they can trust. Four wear a white t-shirt whilst one wears a red. As we witness one of the characters getting up from the floor, as he looks around the room, the camera follows his every move, from being down low when he was laying down, to being up high to when he's standing up. I love this use of the handheld shot. Obviously it's really scary for all of the characters knowing they're in a random room, so the handheld shot that we see here really goes well. The camera even continues to be attached to the person's mind. The camera moves right behind his shoulders as we, the audience, are a part of what he's looking at for the building up of visual detail. What I think is smart is that we don't even notice the camera moving behind him, and I think this is because of the great level of tension that's already being created through the narrative. The film continues to have a perfect technical construction at different moments, when all five of the characters that are all in the same situation as each other wish to communicate with one another. The camera is at different corners of the room as if someone's watching them. What's great is that the camera doesn't just stick to one location when capturing all five characters' move, which is hard to do with one shot on the ground. It discards the rule of 180 degrees and moves into a 360 degree shot. This makes the audience feel squeamish, how this small little room is affecting with their visual view and that they can't see every character's move either. They feel as if they're missing out on something, which I really like how a film can do that and create this effect on the audience. Overall, the technical construction in terms of the cameras is excellent. At times, the cameras are there to make the audience feel squeamish, but they're also there at convenient points. For instance, each character has a note. When a character feels the need to engage and read another character's note, the camera zooms into the writing to enable us, the audience, to read it as well. The camera works well with the style of the editing too. Speaking just about editing now, I really like this use of this dark green colour that we see. It kind of creates this world that we're not used to. This room is taking away this normal world that all the characters were used to and replacing it with this mental concept. There's not much to say about the editing because on the basis of the actual narrative, the creators perhaps may have limited choices on editing. This is one of the parts that links with the technical construction that lacks quality compared to other components, but the editing choice of this colour that's being produced works incredibly well, in my point of view, and really reacts well in terms of creating this squeamish effect. I do give credit that all these components really blend well together. I'm also talking about sound too. Throughout the whole of the film, we hear the quiet background music that goes well with not just the situation that all of them are in, but the chosen genre too. This being a psychological thriller, which is there for making the audience's mind work, and this music helps with thinking music. It also shouts out this concept of tension, and it helps throw the audience into the character's shoes as to what they're feeling, for instance. The music does cut when we're encountering an important moment in the actual film, this being when all characters find out that they have a note in their pockets. This is for the audience to really engage into the actual narrative. The mise-en-scène really does help produce their chosen genre too, in my eyes. Each character is really distinguished, meaning their own physical features. And this is also a real strong convention of a psychological thriller. The props also link in with this theme of certainly thriller, with the scissors and the notes. It all creates that theme of suspense. Clothing is really peculiar as well, the fact that four characters wear the same t-shirt, but one character doesn't. This realistically is the main feature of the mise-en-scène. This short film does really match with the codes and conventions that we're used to seeing, this being that there are very few characters, and literally one location being the room that they were in. There's also a twist too, which we see a lot in short films, which in this case is the person who is the least confident and doesn't speak is the person who is locking them all in this room.